Namaskar. Hello and welcome to 𝙒𝙗𝙖𝙩 channel. I'm your host Sri Iyer. Today I have with me for the first time Rishi Kumar, who is running for Congress from the Silicon Valley, and he has been a city council member of Saratoga. He's been in politics for a while, and we're going to hear about something else from Rishi. But first, let's welcome Rishi Kumar. Rishi, namaskar and welcome to 𝙒𝙗𝙧 channel. How are you, sir?
Namaskar. It's a pleasure to be on your program. I've been watching you. Sri, you're an activist. You are expressing your voice and you're engaging the community. So I'm very honored to be on your program.
Thank you so much, Rishi. Viewers, before we go into our main program, which is for all of you and us to know more about Rishi Kumar, I want to express my condolences to someone that both of us knew, and that is Milind Makwana. Tell me a little bit about your experiences with Milind, both of you from Mumbai. I'll leave you the floor now. Go ahead.
So, Milind was a dear friend and a person with a great heart and always willing, compassionate soul. And he was giving to the world and making the world better around him. We collaborated on multiple occasions, and it's just very shocking. I was there actually at the Cupertino City Council last night, and I saw him for a brief moment. I ran up to him to shake his hands. And now in retrospect, I wish I had hugged him because it's still very jarring and shocking that he's no more. But that's really what happened. And he and I, we teamed up. We were running Balagokulam here at the Saratoga Hindu Temple. And he would spend his Sundays working with little kids and getting them integrated with our culture, talking about stories, and just a diligent worker. I mean, this guy, a lot of great energy, and it's so very sad that he's gone forever. I can't believe that. Very sad.
Yeah, very, very sad indeed. And our hearts go out to him. Om Shanti. And we are going to have a little bit more coverage of Milind in the shows to come, Rishi. The fact that you at least got a chance to work with him is excellent. I had spoken to him on Monday, and he had said that soon he will be gracing 𝙒𝙗𝙧 channel. Unfortunately, that did not happen. And our hearts go out to his family. I'm told that his parents are in Mumbai, and I think one brother is also in Mumbai. So I don't know. I'm sure they're on their way up here. So very, very tough to take this loss. Very articulate person. In fact, Rishi, yesterday he spoke at the Cupertino City Council meeting.
Yeah, he did. And he was one of the very last speakers. And this morning, somebody called me and they mentioned what had happened. And it was shocking. I couldn't believe. And apparently, he just fell unconscious after he spoke, and then things went downhill pretty fast after that. So it's very sad. We have to obviously come together as a community and help him out, help his parents out, help his family out. So we are all there to make sure that we do our little bit to ensure that we are helping everyone out. So we have to do that. That's the least we can do.
Yes, I couldn't agree with you more. And viewers, Rishi is a Democrat, and he was the top two finishers in the primary that took place for this district. And in California, primaries are slightly different from the rest of the country. Maybe other states, some of them do it too, but I'll just give you the summary of it. The primaries between Democrats and Republicans, it's a single primary. And the top two finishers will essentially run for the congressional seat. And Rishi, kind of walk us through what happened. You've tried this thing, I think, twice now, 2020 and 2022, but you've been making a lot of progress. Walk us through this process.
Yes. So, essentially, did I lose you?
No, I'm here. No
Okay.
worries.
So, essentially, if running on the city council and bringing some of the tech flavor of problem solving. And, there was a lot of push coming. And, Saratoga is obviously a very affluent city in Silicon Valley. And the the tech leaders started encouraging me because from Silicon Valley, we have never had somebody who's tech savvy in Congress. Having worked for companies like IBM, Cisco, we understand the innovation economy. And that was really the source of the inspiration to run. And we realized very quickly that things were very stagnant here in the congressional district. So the first time we did 37% of the votes. We made top two, which I'm actually the very first Democrat in like 30 years to make it past the primary election. So in the 2020 general election, we had two Democrats running against each other for the very first time. And it was a performance that fell short. We did 37%, handicapped by the pandemic, but it was better than any challenger in the last 30 years. And then we, in the last run again, it was actually extremely difficult because we were surrounded by 6 candidates who were really trying to, some of the motivation by having 6 people running was to keep me out, because if a Republican makes it past the primary election, then the Democratic incumbent doesn't need to do anything. They just sort of go to sleep.
Coast to a win. Yeah. Coast to a win. Yeah.
Yes. So what I can say is they did the utmost to try to keep me out, but we beat 6 of them and we made it past. And then we outperformed what we had done in 2020. We did 42%, slightly more than 42%. And we believe we are poised to win this race now. And Anna Eshoo, we respect her. She's been there for 44 years in political office. She's 80 years old. But it's time for change because it's a AI ML innovation economy that is brewing here in Silicon Valley. And we need some new approaches. And that's what I seek to bring to the table.
That's wonderful, Rishi. And I've seen Anna Eshoo around. Her niece and my daughter used to play in the same basketball team. And I mean, I don't really see anything that she can hang her hat on and say, look, I conceived of this. I got this thing done in the Congress. And to me, somebody who has the technical background is very, very worthy of representing Silicon Valley in Congress. And we know how much, befuddlement there is in terms of passing bills and so on and so forth. Now, Rishi, despite being a Democrat, you've been very unique in one aspect. And that is in your steadfast opposition to the SB 403 caste discrimination bill. You came out very early on and said that I'm firmly opposed to this. Walk us through a little bit of that thought process that happened.
This is very core to who I am. Back in a few years back, our elementary school in the state of California, we had a prescribed reading, a textbook. And this was a story that was set in India back in the 1900s, in a different era. And it was a very tragic story. And it was sort of, getting through situations that were not really real. And this was the type of education that California kids were getting, and an image of India that was very, very sordid and poor. And so we pushed back to change that, right? So this is very important to me as a political leader, that I need to step up and do my little bit. So when I saw this caste as a big issue that was been raised with this bill, it's not an issue. I came in to study graduate school mechanical engineering on the East Coast. I've been in this country. I've been through IBM, Cisco, multiple startups here. I currently work for a startup. And this has never been an issue. And I was like flabbergasted, like what's going on with this? And then I see this, it's a little bit of connecting the dots. And you see the orchestrated attack on the Hindu American community, on the Indian American community. To some extent, you talk about anti-Semitism. This is actually Hindu phobia that has been fermented across the country. And we have to step up. If I don't step up as an elected leader, that was the reason why I was there at Cupertino yesterday to speak up. It's not my city. It's not even in my congressional district. Cupertino is right outside the border. But I took the chance to speak because we all need to exercise a voice and we need to stop it. We are a growing population. And to some extent, we are fairly quiet about it. We go about business. We work as engineers, as doctors, rolling out startups. We may not engage as much. But the other day I said, when Pearl Harbor was bombed, a Japanese admiral said, "A sleeping giant has been awakened." And this is really what has happened, Sri. Our community has come alive. And you should have seen the Cupertino Community Center yesterday. It was throbbing with people with posters, very quietly, right? We were not trying to cause trouble. We were just there to express our voice in a polite way. And I think it's coming together for us. We all need to speak up. But my main points on this was, this will create anti-Asian hate crime. This will accelerate. I mean, this will really, we have seen these API hate crimes over the last few years, and this will only make it worse. And then when you look at, future employment, for example, for Indian Americans, we would be gauged on the basis of caste, because that would be laws that perhaps would be in different parts of the country, not just California, if this goes through. So the time to step up is now. It's a completely flawed law. And when I look at Sacramento, even when I was on the city council back in 2016, I looked at all the crime happening and I blamed it on Prop 47 back then. And why? Because we are treating criminals leniently. Where did this proposition come from? It came from Sacramento. And now they're looking at PG&E, Assembly Bill 205. It's looking to tie your electric utility rates and my electric utility rates based on income, which would be unprecedented in the whole world. Where are these laws coming from? I mean, California legislators are completely off track. They should be fixing the challenges here with crime, with climate, with the drought that we go through every year. And but no, they are completely, it's like, when Rome was burning, somebody was playing fiddle, right? I mean, this is really what's going on. We had a surplus of $10 billion, and we are down to a deficit of $22 billion in like 2 or 3 years. This is crazy stuff happening in California. And then I see this frivolous bill, which doesn't serve any purpose. And this is what I was calling out yesterday,
Thank you so much. And in summary, Rishi, 3 reasons why your congressional district should vote for you.
One is, I bring some tech savviness. We need tech savvy leaders here. The economy is changing, and we need somebody who understands the innovation economy in and out. Secondly, my platform is about getting things done. When I first ran for city council in Saratoga, I barely escaped with 71 votes. That was my margin of victory. 4 years later, we won with the highest votes in 66 years, beating the mayor who was running against me. So we basically got crap done as a council member. And that's the zeal, energy, innovation, approach, enthusiasm that I seek to take to Washington. There are lots of problems here, not only here in Silicon Valley, in education. For example, I was part of the California Department of Education Computer Science curriculum, and we have a panel. We have rolled out a K-12 computer science curriculum for the state of California. These things are very important. When I see Congressman Anna Eshoo, she's been a little bit on cruise control, going through the motions, but we need somebody with that zeal and energy to get stuff done. And thirdly, you can count on me to do the right thing. I'm not about party politics. I'm a Democrat, but I'm also a moderate Democrat. I would like to stick to the issues, figure out what the solutions are, and don't play the party line. So what I tell people is, some of my policies are aligned with the Green Party, some of them with the Democratic Party, some of them with the Republican Party, right? Some of them are with the Libertarians. I'm not pro taxes. I'm like, let's optimize the heck out of public sector. Government has become too big. So these are types of agendas I have. And as the elected leader of this area, what people can be assured of is I would always do the right thing, which aligns in the interest of people, people-centric policies and people-centric behavior.
Thank you so much, Rishi. And viewers, you're going to be seeing a lot more of Rishi Kumar as this campaign starts winding down to November 2024. There's still a few more months. And I'm very happy to have had you now, Rishi, because you can use our platform to come air your ideas. And we are going to have a very erudite audience, and do feel free to engage with our audience whenever they comment on this video. So viewers, I encourage you to comment on this video. Rishi is one of ours. He's a very thinking person, and I've had many conversations with him, and I'm very happy that today we've had this hangout. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to click on the bell button, and his website is 𝙤𝙬𝙤𝑐𝑜𝑚, and there is a very interesting story there about how he came to the United States. It's titled Slumdog Engineer. Don't miss that. It's a wonderful read. Thanks once again, and all the best to you, Rishi.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it, Sri.